Hey, Ryan Lauer here. I write reviews for Batman on Film, and I also am lucky enough to be a guest on some of the podcasts. Just want to chime in and say congratulations to you, Bill, for 20 years of Batman on Film. I don't think that the site could have come at a better time, actually, and I don't think there was a better time that I could have discovered it and followed it. I started to find the site in 2003 when just when Christian Bale was cast as Bruce Wayne or Batman for Batman Begins, and that's when I caught this website, this fan site called Batman on Film that was following it. I'm like, oh, cool, another fan like me, and who's longing for a good Batman movie. And soon enough, I just started following and clicking and checking multiple times a day, and I really kind of grew into my own while following Batman on Film. I thought it was great. It was great to discover at my age. I was a sophomore in high school, and that was really awesome. Sophomore year in high school through junior and senior of following the progression of Batman Begins and all of your cool stuff, Bill, and how you spoke to us fans because you were just an average Joe, just a normal guy who wasn't trying to get these scoops and clickbait and all that crap. You're just a solid dude like us that just wanted to get a cool Batman movie made and a good one made. So that was cool following Batman Begins with that. And then the hype train really started going when The Dark Knight was in production. And when you did your set visits and you're talking with Christopher Nolan and Gary Oldman and Christian Bale and all of them, that was awesome for me to follow as well, as I was in college following through all of that. That was really cool. Once again, you were a voice for us average Joes, us fans, to just ride this awesome wave that was The Dark Knight. And then for The Dark Knight Rises, I graduated college. I was, entering the workforce, and so at that level too, I was a lower/mid-20s guy finding his own and getting to follow The Dark Knight Rises. And yet, once again, you were being a really stand-up guy, being classy, running your site with dignity. You weren't trying to get these illicit photos and trying to get those clicks. It's just you recognized that it was fun to follow. You recognized the fun of this process of being a fan, and that we were all lucky enough to get this really cool brand of Batman movies coming. And it was such a joy to follow it along with others, and you were just such a good voice to speak for all of us. So with all of that said, Batman on Film has just been a really fun, great gathering of fans, and it's just been really fun to follow and hear you kind of speak for us about Batman, and for all of us to just kind of get together and talk about Batman. It's just fun. It's just making it, we're not fanboys, we're just a bunch of fanboys who just really want to get together and talk about Batman. So I'll stop just circling the drain and just say congratulations, Bill, on 2 decades of Batman on Film. Because of you, I've met some really cool people, and you and Justin and Ryan and Pete and Rick and everybody else with Batman on Film, and plus the group that you started through Facebook and how we've gotten to talk to people through there. So I just want to say cheers to you on 2 decades of Batman on Film, and I hope there's going to be at least 2 more. So to Batman on Film, authoritative, definitive, the daggum original.
Hi, this is Robert Reinecke, wishing Batman on Film a happy 20th birthday. Soon you'll be old enough to drink. It's been my great pleasure to contribute to Batman on Film for over 10 years now. We have Bill Ramey to thank for that. We've had our disagreements from time to time, but he's always been open-minded and willing to listen to an argument, and I think that's the best thing you can ask for. I think Batman Brave and the Bold is probably the best example of how he's shown his open-mindedness over time, and he's been willing to change his mind when presented with something that works. And I think that's the best thing. Bill's never said you must do Batman this way. You just must take him seriously and try to do the best job you can with him. And I think that has shown itself again and again. And I know when he started the website that it was to be just to get Batman up and going in a serious direction again. I don't know if he realized that it would be such a never-ending battle, but I think we've seen the highs and lows and in-betweens since then, and I hope that Batman in film has at least another 20 years to go in his life, so I hope to be there still contributing at that point. Also wish to thank Rick, Chris, John, and everybody else that works at Batman on Film. So happy birthday again, and I hope everybody is going to have a great celebration. Thanks.
In truth, it's hard for me to even think of where to begin when it comes to my thoughts, my love of BatmanOnFilm.com, because it's given me so much in so many ways that it's something that I'm truly grateful to be a part of. It's you know, it's a community, and it's an idea, a philosophy behind fandom itself that at its best contributes to some of the best things that fandom can create in someone. Whether you want to talk about Bill's dedication to reporting things accurately, doing things the right way, and making inroads with people who actually have control over the Batman character, or whether you want to just talk about the people. That to me might even be its biggest, most positive personal legacy, is the relationships that I've been able to cultivate through my connection to Batman on Film. But as for me, I was a snot-nosed 18-year-old kid that kind of just cold emailed Bill after years and years of reading the news that he would put on the site, because, you know, as one of the fans who had been so hungry for Batman movie news and not really seeing any progress being made, his was the site that I went to, because I recognized a credibility, and I also recognized a similar passion for the Batman character that I have even now. So I cold emailed him one day. I had just graduated high school, had just really gotten back into comics in a major way for the first time since childhood, and asked him if he needed any comic book reviews. And I don't know what made him say yes, but he said, yeah, sure. How about Nightwing? So I started reviewing Nightwing, and those early comic book reviews that I wrote, oh my god, they were so bad. They were glorified plot synopses. They were nothing. I mean, it's just like, I look at them now, because you could still find them, I think, and I didn't know what I was doing. But he kept bringing me back, and he said, okay, well, what else you got? So it was through him that I was able to actually hone the craft of what it actually meant for reviewing, the actual process of taking a work and trying to analyze the individual elements that make it up, and finding out what kind of value that it had normatively. So he let me continue on, and I eventually, I think it was because of those regular comic book reviews, I really do feel that it helped make me a much better writer, because of the consistency, because of the practice that it gave me, and because of the constant exposure to other people's opinions about my opinions, weirdly enough. So the opportunity that I was given just for comic book reviews at Batman on Film was invaluable to the way that I now try and articulate my ideas through the written word. But beyond that, Bill gave me some really, really keen professional opportunities. In 2011, Movies.com, which is owned by Fandango, which is owned by NBC Universal, got in touch with Bill and asked him if he wanted to write a countdown article, a paid writing job for The Dark Knight Rises, which was still about a year and a half away at that point. And Bill said, nah, I'm a little too busy, but I got someone that you could use, and that someone was me. So he referred me to Eric Davis, who's the managing editor there, and I've been writing for them ever since. And it was really my first major professional gateway into being a writer and actually getting paid for it. So I'm eternally grateful for the opportunities that Bill gave me, but also the people that have come through BOF over the last several years. I've made lifelong friendships because of that initial connection to Batman on Film. Whether you want to talk about Sean Gerber or John Beerley, which then led me to meet people like Justin Bolger and Paul Herman. Paul, who's one of my best friends now. I mean, I'm eternally grateful to be a part of the Batman on Film family because of those really wonderful people that have come through. And I think that's probably one of the best legacies that BOF has, is the caliber of people that often come through and who become part of the family. And that's visible now in people like Rick Shue and Justin Kowalski and Ryan Haas and Peter Vera. And I love all those guys, and Bill is the guy that brought us all together. So that is one hell of a legacy that I'm extremely proud to be a part of. And I am eternally grateful, just as a person and as a writer, as a professional writer now, for that initial association that I had with Batman on Film.
Happy 20th anniversary to Jet and the entire Batman on Film family. John Beerley here. I want to go back in time to the Thursday before the Friday that all of the superhero movie news websites were falling all over each other to release the best worst scan of the first image of Christian Bale in the Dark Knight Batman costume that was released by Warner Brothers as an exclusive to Entertainment Weekly. All the sites were doing this except for Batman on Film. And for his patience, his honor, his integrity, his honesty, Bill was rewarded later that weekend with a super high resolution version of the image that ended up being our best first look at that costume. It was right around that time that I knew I wanted to be a part of the BOF family that I reached out to Bill and asked if I could write some comic book reviews, and all these years later, we're still in business. Bill runs BOF not like a website, but like it's a family business, with an emphasis on the word family. Over the last few years, I have gone on vacations, I've gone to weddings, because of the friends, the lifelong friends, the extended family I have met because of my time with Batman on Film. I want to thank the entire BOF family, all of our readers, all of our listeners, and Bill, who, again, has grown my family more than I ever thought possible. In the words of our fearless leader, cheers, and here's to another 20 years.
Hey, this is Ryan Haas, and I just wanted to wish Bill and Batman on Film a happy 20th anniversary. I can't believe that Jet D60's Batman 5 page that debuted in 1998 when I was in 6th grade, and I was reading the page as a 6th grader, is still going on 20 years later as Batman on Film. And I couldn't be more happy to contribute to the site. I started back in 2006, and I'm still doing it now, and it's fun to kind of be on the ride and be on the journey with everybody. And I think that's kind of the most important part about BOF, is that it really is this place where the contributors and the listeners and the readers can all kind of come together and discuss Batman and the greater DC universe at large, and just have a good time with it. And I think that's the most important part of why the site has lasted this long, is because it's kind of a great place for people to kind of have this discussion for the things that we love. So again, happy 20th anniversary to Batman on Film.
Hey now, what's up? It's Rick Shue, and I just want to give a shout out to my dear friend Bill Jet Ramey, congratulating you on 20 years of Batman on Film. I'm a little hoarse, under the weather. Dude, 20 years, man. I've been a fan of your site since like 2005, 4, something like that. And you were my guy to go to for Batman news, and you were that way for hundreds, thousands of people all around the world, really. And you know what's funny is that we live in this world now, Bill, where there are so many sites, and people that run fan sites are getting access to high-profile people for interviews and set visits and things like that. that was virtually unheard of all those many years ago. You were like a pioneer for this, right? You were one of the originals. When you're in 2008 sitting in a hotel room in Chicago interviewing Chris Nolan one-on-one, that was a big deal. And it feels a little bit more commonplace now, but it wasn't then at all. And that's you, right? It's not me. It's not anybody that's contributed to this site. That is you. We are all just playing in your sandbox. And Batman on Film is very much you. That's why it works. Okay? That's why people come to it. They want to hear you. They don't give a damn what I think or say, or any of the amazing contributors and people that you've had on this site. It's at the end of the day, it's you, and you are very good at picking talent. And I don't mean me. I'm just talking about all the people that you have surrounded yourself with that have helped you with this site over the years, going way back all the way to modern time today. It is remarkable, and you have created a community, and that's what I love about Batman on Film, bro, is that it's a community. You know, we go on the private Facebook page and we shit talk and we talk sports. We do jostling. We make fun of one another, and you make this fun and make this real. Like, we're all grown men and we're fans of a guy that dresses up as a bat and beats up on a crazy clown. You know, that shouldn't be normal for guys our age to care about this kind of stuff. But I don't care that it's not normal. I like it. And you make it feel real because you're a normal dude. You're just a normal guy. And so you let us into your world, and we feel like we can belong here. We can express this. We can be a part of this. And it's because Batman on Film lets us just be people that love something specifically, and we come together to celebrate it. And it's a remarkable thing. And that's all you. I also just want to thank you, and this is very much more important than Batman or Batman on Film, is just our friendship. You've become one of my best friends, and I'd do anything in the world for you, man. For Jake, for Rachel, and thanks for your family. Thanks for introducing me to Rachel. She makes my political podcast better. She's a dear friend as well. It's awesome. So anyway, I could go all day long about all this, but just know that Batman on Film has been a place that people have been coming to for so long, and it's because of you. And no matter how much longer you do this, whether it's another year or 5 or 20, and I hope it's the latter, just know that you have accomplished so much. And it's really cool that 20 years later, you're standing here and you still have all this access and people at Warner Brothers that trust you, and Zack Snyder giving you, exclusive release of a poster for Justice League. And it's impressive. It really is. So I just want to raise my glass, if I have one here, to 20 years of Batman on Film. Looking forward to having a drink and a toast with you. I love you. I love this site, and I don't even really know what else to say. You are just the authoritative, and you're the definitive, and you are the dadgum original. Happy anniversary.